Hi you guys, welcome to I think this is my third installment of the little Let's Chat videos that I started doing this year. This is where we can kind of just sit, be casual, have my hair in a pseudo side pony, it's just so heavy, and catch up on a lot of the stuff that's been going on in my life and on the channel. So I first want to give a huge shout out to all of my hymn-siders. If you're not familiar, this is a little extra thing that I've got going on Patreon. You can join and get behind the scenes pictures and vote on things and get early access to first impression videos, live streams, all kinds of stuff. And this month we had 3 new people join. So welcome to Gia, Diane, and Caroline. Woo! So happy to have you guys and everybody else that has joined over there. It's a lot of fun. It's a little bit of just extra content from me. So if that's something that you're into, you want to see more of what I'm doing, check the link in the description box and it'll take you over there. You can learn all about how it works. Okay, so I've got some updates. First of all, September was National Sewing Month and I had a lot of stuff planned. Might have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew, but for the most part, I got it all done. I think that if I were not my own boss and I had like an actual boss, they would have given me an A-. There were some things like on social media that I didn't keep up with completely. Like I had planned on doing this one thing on Instagram stories like every single day. And then toward the end, it kind of fell off a little bit. But speaking of what I did on social media, I did some templates, which are like social media, like games and quizzes kind of thing that you can do on Instagram, and it's a lot of fun. Like you put like one of them is get to know me, but you can only use GIFs, and you can see how like you're prompted as to like where I'm from, and then you put in a GIF that's related to wherever you're from. So a whole bunch of little things like that. I've got those saved on social media, as well as some phone wallpapers. So those are the things that you put on your phone for your lock screen or your home screen. I made 5 that are themed for sewing. I think they're really cute. A lot of people ended up using them and then posting a screenshot of their home screen and tagging me. So that was really cool and really fun to see. If you're one of the people that did that, thank you so much. Sometimes just getting those kinds of messages, that it just makes me feel like people are responding positively to what I'm doing, and it doesn't feel so much like I'm just yelling into a vortex. You know, social media can be like that sometimes, especially like as a business. So it's nice to feel like what I'm doing is actually connecting with people and it's not just me throwing stuff out there that nobody cares about. So all of those things are on my Instagram forever and ever. You can find them for as long as I have this Instagram, which I imagine will just be forever and ever. So you can go grab those if you want. Also, if you cannot tell, I rearranged my sewing room. I woke up one Monday morning randomly, came in here and said, you know what? This just isn't working for me. And I have a better idea. So let's do it. And I literally like cleared off all these shelves, took everything out into the living room, moved all the furniture around. My cutting table, which was here, is now here. My sewing desk, which was here, is now here. And my ironing board that was here is now here. And I made a whole new ironing board, which you guys saw, which I have an update for that as well. A lot of you guys were commenting on the DIY ironing board, how I was commenting on whether or not it would be stable. A lot of you were saying, why didn't you just buy 2 carts and you can put one on each side and the table over top? And I thought about that and I went back and forth, but ultimately the reason why I decided not to do that is because I wanted for myself and also for you guys for this project to cost less than $100. So it is purely a budget thing. And if I had, the carts are $60, so it would have cost me $60 more to do that. So I thought what I would do is try it this way, see if it works with just 1 cart, you guys have the option of doing 2 carts. It would be the same exact instructions on how to do it. You just screw the top onto 2 carts instead of just the one. But it's actually working really well. It's incredibly stable. I haven't had any issues with it wanting to tip or anything. And because this is a carpeted room, like in the beginning, it needed, like, it was on fluffy carpet, but now that it's been there for a minute and been used, kind of settling in a little bit, and so it's even less unstable. It wasn't ever really unstable, but it's even more grounded than it was before. So just a little note on that. But I also kind of went crazy organizing. You can tell, like, different things like this. I know, it's really cool. I know. This one spins too, so you can get to all of those things. So I'm gonna do a whole sewing room tour. The last time I did this was like 2 apartments ago, 1 apartment ago, but 4 years ago. So I'm gonna do it again. I know you guys like looking at sewing rooms. I love looking at sewing rooms too. So now that mine is all rearranged, I guess the reason why I didn't do it when I moved here is because it was literally copy paste from the old sewing room to this one. Everything went in the exact same place that it was before. I mean, apartments are so similar. Like, the design from one apartment building to the next is really not that different, which is great, because if you have a setup that you like, you can keep it going. But the setup just, it wasn't working. It just felt disjointed and disconnected, and it was bad. But in the process of doing this, you guys, I gave away to Goodwill, I mean, 2, maybe 3 giant tubs, like the biggest tubs that you can find, full of stuff, like organizing stuff, boxes, bins. I mean, so much stuff. So that felt great. It just, it's so cathartic to do that. So everything that's in here has been sorted and gone through and categorized and contained and all of that. And it's been really, really great. It feels, the energy in here is just so much better. Not to get too hokey, hippy dippy on you or anything, but it feels really, really good. So, so yeah, this will be my newish background. I mean, I can still film in different areas in this room, but, this one is a lot of fun. There's a lot going on behind me and it's interesting. Okay, so those are the updates. All right, what I bought. So I think that if you guys haven't seen my plans video yet, some of this is in there, but obviously I bought the materials for the ironing board. I'm going to link that video in the description box so that you guys can access it easily if you missed that video and you want to make one for yourself. But basically I had to buy the cart, I had to buy a sheet of MDF, and then I bought ironing board material. It's literally what it's called. Batting, duck canvas, and that's it. Yep, spray paint. So I bought all the stuff to make that. I got a waffle knit and a matching sweater knit, this baby blue color, for Sew My Style this month, but I went ahead and got it in September so that I could be ready to go for October. I got 2 new patterns. I got 3 new patterns. I got the 5 out of 4 free ninja pants, so that didn't cost me anything. And I got their agility top, so I paid for that one. And then I got the Rad Patterns Long John Jammers for Sew My Style. I also got a little bit of decor and new fabrics for my patio. So you guys remember I redid the patio a few months ago, put in the flooring, did the little vertical wall. Again, I have a video for that. I can leave that in the description box too. Basically anything that comes out of my mouth, I have a video for at this point. So if you're ever wondering, just ask or search on the channel for what you're looking for and see what pops up, because I mean, I've been making videos for a long time. So, okay, so I got, so the idea was to take the patio, keep the big things, keep the chairs, keep them green. I don't want to spray paint them again. Keep the floors, keep the vertical herb garden, and just change out cushions, pillows, the curtain wall, and the decor that hangs above it. So I got all the stuff to do that. I want to say I spent like $50 on all of that. I got a huge like buffalo plaid, black and white. It's like 3-inch buffalo plaid for the cushions. I got orange, solid orange for the pillows. And then I got I did a little DIY for some handmade garland and a little like fall, something, 'tis the season to be thankful or something like that. A little wall hanging. So you'll see, oh, and then white curtains. So you guys will see all of that here pretty shortly. Like I want all my videos, October, November, December, I want them all to be, maybe not December. I might switch up to like a Christmassy holiday thing mid-December, but I will keep the buffalo plaid cushions and just change out the pillow and the little garland and decor situation. Keep the curtains white. You see what I mean? So like twice a year, I want to change it all out where I do pillows, cushions, wall, and decor. And then offset months from that, in between months of that, I want to just switch out pillows and decor. But I want to really try and keep the floors, the chairs, and the herb wall all the same. So it's a little bit less work each time. And then once I get all the stuff, after doing this for a whole year, then I don't have to buy anything ever again, and I can just keep swapping out, and the curtain and the backdrop when I do my videos out there is fresh and new and kind of with the seasons as well. Okay, so now we are on to our rapid fire section. This is going to be what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, something new I'm trying, and my latest obsession. So what I'm watching, Friday Night Lights. For whatever reason, when this was on regular TV, NBC, I guess, I never watched it. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe it came on the same night as Grey's Anatomy or something. I don't know what happened, but I missed it. And now it's on Amazon Prime, totally free. Well, if you have a Prime membership. And I'm obsessed. It is such a good show. I'm already halfway through season 4. And there's only 5 seasons. So I'm almost going to be done binging the whole thing. Like probably in a week or 2 if I'm lying. It won't take me 2 weeks. I have it on all the time. It's so good. It's like This Is Us without all of the like over the top melodrama. Like This Is Us just leaves me in a sobbing mess at the end of every episode. And like, I just can't do that. I can't, my emotional like well-being cannot be that volatile, especially based on a television show that isn't even real. It's not even real life. So I cannot watch This Is Us because it makes me too sad. But Friday Night Lights has that same similar vibe, you know, small town, people wanting to fit in, but they also want to get out of that small town, and big dreams and family and like all these themes that are kind of like within that type of drama TV show, but without it being like, I don't hardly ever cry. So it's a really good show. I'm really loving it. If you watched it back in the day, watch it again. If you've never seen it, you should really, you'll be hooked. The first episode, something major happens that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the entire series. So you'll be invested really, really quickly. Like I love the characters, and it's been fun too because that show was on so long ago that when you go find the actors now, they're all grown up. Like they have all aged, you know, like it's not like they look, I mean, some of them look the same, but they're all doing like different projects. Some are still acting, some aren't, you know, like a lot of life has happened between when that show was on and now, especially too, because a lot of the cast is young high school kids. So in 10 years, a lot changes from when you're 17 to 27 or whatever. So it's fun to kind of see, oh, I wonder what that person's doing. Oh, I wonder what that person's doing. And also they might have been like new on the acting scene, like newer actors. I think a lot of them, it was their first job, but now you see them and you go, oh, that's the guy from Breaking Bad, or, oh, that's the girl from this or that, you know what I mean? Like you recognize them as actors, whereas when you watched back in the day, they were probably all new up and coming actors. So it's fun. I'm obviously in love. Okay, what I'm reading. All right, I actually already finished an entire book and half of another one. So I finished The Darkest Corners. Now, this is a young adult mystery type of thing. It was good. Like, I'd give it 3 stars. It just was a little bit slow, and the narrator was like obviously told, or at least decided to play the character very like emo and deep and dark and sad. I mean, it plays into her character a lot, like how the emotions of that person, but listening to that I found to be a little bit challenging, just because it was like, come on girl, like pep it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So that one I would probably skip, unless you're just looking for a real easy, quick, burn it and get done, burn through it and get done. Now, what I started is called Pretty Things. Pretty Things is really good. Really, really good. It's very interesting. It's a concept that I have not heard of before. But basically, you have this woman who's a con artist. And I'm not going to give away too many details, but I think all of this is in the description on Audible. But a woman who is a con artist who has had a tumultuous childhood, which has led her to this place in her life. Then you have a woman who has had her own version of trauma in her life, but she's like a former Instagram influencer, party girl. Think of Paris Hilton in the 2000s kind of situation. And those two women come together. The con artist is trying to con the influencer, and how all of that manifests. It's really good. Really, really, really good. So I'll probably finish that here in a week or so. And I've got 2 new books ready to go for October. One of them is the new, well, Nicholas Sparks has a new book. So I'm going to let a few people read that and review it before I make up my mind. He has not had a good string of books here lately. They kind of were all the same story, just told in different settings, and got kind of annoying. But he has a new book out. Jodi Picoult. She has a new book, which people are raving about. And then I also heard about a book. I guess the Today Show is having authors on, and then the authors are telling their favorite books. And so this young woman was on, and she was talking about how this is her favorite book of all time, and she gives it as gifts. And when I went to read the description, it was like instantly like, oh yeah, this is just for me. Something about Mississippi, I don't know. So I'll tell you about that at the end of October. So the reading is going really well. I'm enjoying it very much. Obviously, when I say reading, I mean listening, but you know what I mean. My latest obsession is, okay, so I'm always constantly obsessed with organizing. Always. I've always been someone that, like, I'm a J on the INFJ, whatever those things are. I am a J. J is judgment, but it doesn't really mean like you're judgy. It means that you are like, you need consistency, order. You need all of that in your life to feel good. But what I only recently tapped into was the idea of organizing, like not having a lot of crap, not having things stuffed into every little thing, every little corner, but to also make it pretty. And that is thanks to the women at the Home Edit and their Netflix show, Get Organized. So I've actually been following the Home Edit on Instagram for a while now. They did this little small mini series on Reese Witherspoon's network, Hello Sunshine. They did Bless This Mess or something like that. Something about mess. Years ago. Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And so I found them then and have been following them since then. But I even got their book. Like, I got everything. But I didn't really get into the whole idea. So their whole thing is they have 4 parts to what they do. One of them is like purging, and then categorizing, containing, and then there's a 4th one. And the containing was really what I was missing. So it's stuff like this, how you take all your stuff, you get it all organized, you get it all separated into different categories, and then you contain it in a way that can be shown. You're not just trying to cover all this stuff up, but you're using it as an opportunity, like as decor, kind of. So now that there are so many affordable ways to get really cute, like Lazy Susans, like these, really cute acrylic bins, really cute ways to organize, that is what I've been focused on. So I've been taking things that are already organized and just making them prettier. That has been my thing this month. I've obviously done the sewing room. I did my closet. And again, I'm not giving away a bunch of stuff because it is pretty well organized. The pantry was already done with the containers and everything. So that always looked really good. The next big thing is my linen closet, where I keep actually no linens. I keep medicine in there, backup toilet paper, paper towels. I keep like all my Cricut machine boxes are in there. Could I find a better place for that? Maybe. I also did the craft closet. I rearranged some things in there too, and that is a lot more functional. So it's been really great to do all of that kind of work and then have it be like, oh yeah, this is way better and makes a lot more sense. So if you haven't seen Get Organized on Netflix, or if you don't follow the Home Edit, I highly recommend that you do. They will have you kind of rethinking organizing, and like their whole thing is not throw it all away. They're not Marie Kondo. They're not, you know, thank you for what you've done for me and now I'm going to give you away, bringing joy, whatever. They don't care about that. What they care about is the things that you do have, presenting them in the most clean, beautiful, and organized way. So my mind is a little bit of both. I appreciate the purging, but I also appreciate being able to keep the things that you want to keep, because for no reason other than you want to keep them, but have it look pretty. So that's that. And then I'm not really trying anything new this month. Again, I was just really busy. I had like a sew along and the Style Maker tour and all of that going on. So I didn't really pick up anything new, but I will tell you that the cross stitch is going really well. I was able to finish up the whatever block I was working on last month, and I'm 99% done with another little block of it. So I'll move on to the next one in October. I'm gonna try and do a block a month. So at this point, I think I have 8 blocks done, and it's the alphabet. So 26 minus 8 is 18. So in a year and a half, I'll have it done. That's what Dan says. He's like, you're still working on that? And I'm like, yes. I'm like, it's the whole alphabet. He's like, that's going to take forever. And I'm like, that's the point. That's the whole point. To have something I can work on slowly over time, not get too burnt out with it, but also not have to like try and find a new pattern or whatever. Just to slowly work on this one until it's done. Also, the garden is going really well, but I do need something from you guys. So dill apparently thrives on my patio, and I have so much of it. What can I do with a ton of dill? I have been putting it like on salmon dishes and like in salads and stuff, but I'm not using it fast enough. So I need to know, is there like a dill sauce or like a dill something else where I can just literally put in like a cup of it to get rid of it? It's such a pungent herb that like the littlest bit goes a long way, but what can I do with it to use it up now before, you know, it gets too cold here? I don't know what's going to happen to the herbs out there when frost comes. Are they going to die? I don't even know that. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't know anything about gardening. I just got randomly an herb kit at Target a few months ago and kind of ran with it. So I don't have a plan. Am I going to have to replant all these herbs next year? Is that what's going to happen? My basil is thriving. My mustard greens, the stalks are like thick and huge. Parsley's doing okay. I actually used sage in a soup that I made this week, sage from my garden. So that's a lot of fun. I want to keep it going. I'm just so uneducated. I have no idea what's going to happen next, but I know I need a plan for dill because it is like it's like the mint, it's just everywhere. It's like spewing out everywhere, and like I need to do something with it. So if you have any ideas, please, please, please let me know. But in October, we do have a few things coming up. First of all, I've got the new patio. I talked to you guys about that and my plan for that. So keep your eyes out for that on Make It Monday or any type of outfit reveal day. I'll be filming those out there. You probably noticed in September, I did film 2 videos not on my patio. And that is because one of them is at Dan's office. So it's very private. I don't have to wear a mask up there. Nobody's there. And so it's really, really easy, convenient, and safe to film up there. So you might see a couple more videos starting to happen over there. And then the one that I did for a style maker that had like the really cool trellis and archway and stuff is this little teeny tiny park in more of like a retail type of area. So I went early in the day before any of the retail stores were even open. So I don't think anyone came by. I don't remember seeing anybody else there. So again, kind of like private. I mean, yes, people could come by. That's the difference between that place and Dan's office. But just no one did. There are lots of parks in Charlotte. A lot of them are very, very busy. But this one just happens to be like a really random, just like green space more than anything. Very small, so no one was there. So I might try and find, you know, some other there's a lot of little areas, little pockets in Charlotte where it's either like warehouses or like construction areas. I might try and branch out a little bit, but for the most part, my videos are all still going to happen on the patio. A, it's convenient. B, it's quick. C, it's safe. There's D, E, F, G, H. It's great, great, great place for me to film, and I'm not going to stop filming out there, but I am starting to branch out a little bit, so you'll start to see that too. Yeah, and then I'm also going to be continue posting my backlog of makes. This includes things like the black crinkle rayon jumpsuit. Remember the controversial jumpsuit that I was very divisive. A lot of you were like, yes, that's so cool. And a lot of you were like, what are you thinking? I still haven't posted that to the channel. I've had it out, ready to go for weeks. I mean, it's maybe even months. So I've got that ready to go. I'm going to do not just a pattern review, but I'm also going to do like 3 or 4 ways to style it. And I've got all that ready to go. I just need to film it. So I'm going to be doing that in October as well. I'm still working on my Graphy. Graphy is an app similar to Craftsy or Blueprint, except it's not just all crafting stuff. But I am doing a learn how to sew, course on the Graphy app. It is not available yet. I want to get like half of it done before I make it live. So I'm going to continue to work on that, but I've got a few chapters done, and about 10 more to go. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But as soon as I have more information about it, when it's live, how much it's going to cost, all of that kind of stuff, you guys will be the first to know, I promise. But that's it. I think you were all caught up. This fun little, very chatty video where I get real excited about things. But if you want to share your quick fire things, what you're watching, what you're reading, your latest obsession, and something new you're trying, any combination of those 4 things, if you want to leave those in the comments, we can all kind of commiserate together about all the things that we've got going on that might not be 100% sewing related, which is fine, because guess what? We have lives outside of sewing too. Sort of. A little bit. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all very soon. Bye.